Every time I make a new video on a statue, I just get more impressed with all these new statues that are just becoming more intricate, more detailed, and this is no different. We just got this. This is a Queen Studios Batman on Throne. You've probably seen a lot of the new Dark Knight's metal pieces coming out, and I believe Prime 1 has came out with some, as well as XM Studios. So a lot of cool pieces, and this one is no different. Awesome, detailed, crazy statue. We'll take some close-ups and talk about this in a second, but let's just go over the design of this real quick. So just really quick, let's just go over the details. It's $1,800 for this. This is the exclusive version with Barbados on top. The standard edition actually comes, basically you cut it from right here, you just get Batman with that version. But this is the exclusive version, and it runs around $1,800, which is okay in comparison to the price these days, in comparison of what you're getting. I'm not going to say it's a high price, I'm not going to say it's low either. As we know, prices are getting higher and higher across the board. So if you pre-ordered statues years ago and you're just now getting them, you're like, wow, that was a crazy low price, and you're actually getting your pre-order for that cheap price. So you know, prices, I think the prices are going to keep going and going until we can't afford them anymore. In my opinion, it's kind of ruining the hobby when these prices get this high. So anyway, this is a design from the Dark Knight's Metal #1 issue in 2017, and it's based on a variant cover. The art was by Tim Bradstreet, and I have that right here, and there it is. That's what this design is based off of. And I actually reached out to Tim Bradstreet to try to get some details or some information on what this represents. So a lot of people that see this statue are like, what is this thing? Like a demonic Batman, you got panthers, you got medieval dragons and all this weird stuff on it. So a lot of people say it doesn't make sense, but it does make sense if you've read this. This is based on the Darkverse, and basically Batman goes into the Darkverse and therefore creates timelines which put some evil versions of himself along the timeline, which so Batman actually is the one that created them. So there's 7 different versions, and they're all controlled by this one guy, Barbados, and Barbados is like the god of the Darkverse. So if you're looking at this, this isn't a good guy Batman. This is actually one of the 7, I believe. I haven't read a lot into this, and there's a huge population of people or fans that actually are really into this, and a lot of even Batman fans don't even know what this is. So either you like it or you don't. But I can say, if you have a Batman collection, this is a must in the collection. Oh yeah, just to go over this Tim Bradstreet. So of course, you know, almost every artist sells their original sketches of the cover, and I actually tracked down the original art for this statue, this right here, and I was actually offered to purchase it, and it was running about $5,000. If I asked him again today, it'll probably be more than that. So he was very reluctant to let it go. So, but I didn't purchase it. That's just kind of a lot for me. I've never really bought an original art before like that. But I guess if you're, for what it is, I guess that's not bad. $5,000 for that cover. And wouldn't that be cool to have this statue with the original art? Awesome. And just imagine you probably track down Tim Bradstreet to sign that if it's not signed already. So anyway, that was an interesting project of mine, and I did track him down. That was really cool. But in the end, I didn't buy it, so I guess it doesn't matter. So this came with a certificate of authenticity with a seal on that. You got a little Batman symbol. And one thing you really don't see is, check this out. This is a certificate to an authentication card. So it has this little scratch off with a serial number. You can actually go online and verify that. That this is an authentic statue. And that's really cool that they do that now, just to prevent those recasts, such as the Magneto on Throne has been recasted like crazy. So if you see one for sale, you don't know what you're getting. So it's just nuts. This is not one I think they would ever recast, just because it's very low edition. So, and it's a very special statue. It's not a statue everyone would get. It's not like a, you know, like an Iron Man or something, or a very common story or a character that you would see. So anyway, looking at the statue, opening this up was, you know, it came in 2 big boxes. One was just the throne, 3 layers on the other boxes. 1 layer had Batman, 1 layer had all the accessories, and the 3rd layer had the Barbados stuff. It was all Barbados, and like I said, this is the exclusive version. So basically, if you got the regular edition, it's cut off right there. So this throne is actually one big piece, so they must have molded a totally separate throne for the regular edition there. So this is edition at 500. I can say, opening this, I was so impressed. I wasn't expecting it to be so big. The Barbados span is huge. Just so while we're talking about that, let's do a quick measurement there. So just looking wing to wing, you're at 28 inches. So he's just flared out there. He really, I know people hate that word, gives the statue a lot of presence, but he really does. He really, I couldn't imagine having the statue without Barbados, because he really makes this statue on what it is for the dark verse type theme. So anyway, depth wise, 18 inches, not bad. And width, we went to the width, but the height, man, you're looking at about 34 inches, about 32 inches to the top of the wing there. So it is a pretty big statue, so you're gonna need a lot of real estate for this thing. So, so you know what, I think what we're gonna do, we'll give this a quick spin. As you can see, the back is very detailed too. Got a lot of dark elements to this, which really makes this statue cool, because it's so different. I mean, like I said, if you're a Batman collector, man, you gotta have this in your collection. You know, and you see a lot of the Dark Knight's metal statues in a lot of people's top 10. So especially the Batman Who Laughs one by Prime 1 was a really big hit there. So let's go ahead and take my camera, and then we're gonna take some close-ups. We're gonna just do this in a one-taker. We're not gonna make a fancy video, but let's take a quick close-up on this, and let's start with Barbados there. Check that out. And going down, you can see the mixed media. You even have chains. They even give you a glob of chains that you can drape over different areas of the statue. I know on the pictures, they actually have them hanging down off the sword there. But you could basically put it anywhere on the statue and it would make sense. So as you can see, Barbados, man, he is so, his smock is so detailed, so dark, rusty, very, very medieval looking. Really awesome. Barbados. I would actually say I'm a little more impressed with Barbados than the Batman here. And he's like a grayish dark blue Batman. And a lot of muscle tones, a lot of shadows. And looking at this base, I like the multi-level base. And then see this pedestal? That's new with a lot of statues. So there's our other portrait. But of course, we want to use the pissed off one there. So let's go ahead and turn this there. You can see you got a sword here. Just, this is actually real iron. This thing is like massively heavy. So that is real. And this shield kind of just sits there. Same with these spears. So, but they are secure. I just wouldn't have, I would take those off if you're gonna move them. So looking up the side, the throne, a lot of detail. And this actually comes with the back of the throne. Check this out. That's the back of the throne. And that plugs in behind Batman if you're not using Barbados. So okay, I could actually take Barbados off and put that back of the throne on there, but you don't use it if you have Barbados. It does not fit. So if you could see the back, very, very detailed also. You got some snakes, some skulls there. Everything's still very gothic, old vintage, rustic looking. Got a little Batman insignia back there. You got some, what would you call these? They're not dragons, they're something else. But I haven't really depicted what this circle is. I don't know if that represents the dark verse. Like I said, I tried to reach out to Bradstreet, no answer. I don't think he would, I didn't think he would anyway, he would respond. So looking at Barbados, very big wingspan, wing to wing. So it kind of just flares out in your collection. A lot of textures, even on the wings. But his robe is very, very impressive. So, man, he got to do some push-ups though. Look at that arm. All right, and that's pretty much it. Very dark, medieval looking statue. All right, that's gonna do it for this. I hope you enjoyed Batman on Throne, Queen Studios. I sure did. If you have a Batman collection, like I said, this would be, it's just so different that it would make a really cool piece in a DC collection there. Really cool. Anyway, I think that's gonna do it for this statue. I hope you'd enjoyed them. I like them, and this is a keeper for me. So we're gonna place him by our new Joker on Throne, and we're gonna have our Batman on Throne. We're gonna have our little Throne DC section now. So anyway, we're opening a couple customs right after this, so join me on those videos. And then don't know what's coming in after that. So we'll just have to wait and see. So I hope you enjoyed this video of Batman. I sure did. And join me next time. Please subscribe. I appreciate the support. And we'll see you next video.